left and dependent on herself, which that's the naive, dumb, foolish nature of a woman. What the hell can you do by yourself? What's she trying to do? Find another guy from comfort. She thinks that she has better success moving on her lonesome as a woman, running in the gangs and all of that, and finding somebody that might take care of her, man. You know, and a lot of women are gonna just resort to that. Either they're gonna run into a man of the Lord, or they're gonna run into a band of goons, man. Yeah. You said you had something?
Yeah. This is Matthew 24:12, and it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold."
Yeah. So people gonna see sin upon sin. Murder is a sin in the scriptures. You know, theft is a sin in the scriptures. Adultery is a sin in the scriptures. Which sin accumulated becomes iniquity.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be constant. It's gonna be continuous. People are gonna habitually murder. Because when you murder one, and you murder two, and you murder five, you start to become what they call serial killers.
Serial killer.
You know? And there's gonna be a lot of serial killers. You have also people that's known
Bloodthirsty.
as they're bloodthirsty. A lot of people that you have serial killers, you have serial rapists, you know, you have serial thieves, so to speak, people that actually habitual thieves that just steal and steal and steal. Because what happens, you get a kick out of it, you get adrenaline out of it, and people are not gonna when times hit like that, you're not gonna be able to have any other outlet to get that type of feeling besides doing those things, man.
That's why they give you bread and circus, because they understand the beast mind state of you American and you citizens, really you people of the world. That's why they have a thing called 911. And we're witnessing it right now. I bet if you called 911 in the next few weeks, they're gonna have a barrier in between you just getting to an operator. Are you calling for this reason?
Right.
Because if you notice, if you notice now with most services that you call, like for instance, I do Uber. The first thing Uber say off the rip when you call the number, are you calling about your concerns about the coronavirus? If so, call this number. It's going to do the same thing with 911. And when people get that idea, like, oh shit, there is no 911, it's going to be open season. I got that word, anarchy, if you want it. This is from Online Etymology for Anarchy, okay? And it is from the 1530s. The absence of government.
The absence of government. And people pay taxes to their government to protect them for security reasons, you know, to supply them with goods and nutrition and store. Matter of fact, you get that Revelation 12, I think it's around 9, thou shalt be nourished from the face of the serpent for a period of time. But you depend on the government for nourishment, you know. When governments are set up, the word government means to rule over the people. You see? And when an anarchy takes place, that means your mayors, your governors, your senators, your elected officials, Republicans, your presidents, all of them are a thing of the past. They no longer exist. You know? And it's the will of the people. And if the people will if one man's will or a group of people's will is to go around rummaging and robbing and killing and stealing, they have full rights.
That Negan spirit.
Yeah, even though it may be wrong, it's their right because there's no government. Who's to say that this is right or wrong?
Who's gonna stop it?
This is survival of the fittest at this point. Yeah. This is the new government, and survival of the fittest is really law. That's a new law. Well, that's going to be the new law, but really that's old law. Yeah. When you see these different animals killing and stealing prey, like animals steal from each other.
Yeah.
If an animal is hungry and he doesn't have nothing to eat, and he's bigger, badder, and tougher, and has a bigger gang than another animal, they're gonna steal from that animal. They kill to survive, they steal to survive, you know, and they'll do anything by any means to survive.
That's right.
So people have that same beastly instinct. The scriptures tells you in Peter's how people are known as brute beasts, you know. And Jake really has a really low IQ. Jake is only as smart as the government allows them to be.
Has told them that they are.
Has told them that they are. If you're able to go into university and if you're able to work for $100,000 a year, of course you're gonna polish yourself up, have that certain speech, make sure that you're well groomed and things of that nature. But when all that shit is suspended, who the fuck cares about grooming? Right. Making sure that you have a nice beard. You're gonna start to see Jake with these big that shaved face spirit.
That's the spirit.
That's done,
we
man.
We were talking about that before you got out here. You know, New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, they put They closed all barbershops, nail salons, all that shit is closed down. So unless you got clippers at the house,
right?
Unless you're gonna go through the trouble of, if you don't have clippers, and go into the beauty store that's probably not open, to go buy some clippers, join us in the beard gang.
Yeah,
right.
Join the beard gang, man.
And no lineups.
No lineups.
It don't hurt.
Yeah, it don't hurt. Hey, that shows that you really fit for survival, man. You really, because the beard is a badge of manliness. Anyways, when you watch these different movies, going back like to the Book of Eli, when you watch these apocalyptic movies, Jake don't be having no fucking smooth face, man. In the midst of adversity, but you got a nice, goatee or whatnot.
We can't flee yet until I make sure my beard is perfectly asymmetric.
Man. You on the move, man, and a lot of times. Yeah, you making sure your line right, man. You want to move, especially when electricity get cut off. How you gonna be cutting and shaving and doing all that when everything is cut off, man?
And you women, I give you women till April if this shit continue.
Oh yeah,
you women gonna be hit, man. When them lashes fall out,
and that weave,
that lace fall off.
Ooh-wee.
Y'all don't got the money to go to Walmart and get all these razors and shit and waxes. You gonna all the baddies that you've been lusting for the last previous 6 months, you gonna be like, get the fuck away from me, man.
A lot of these women with the surgeries, because women that have breast implants and ass implants and things of that nature, they have to maintain that.
Yeah, they got expiration dates.
Yeah, you got expiration dates, and it's a way you got to actually massage your body parts and things of that nature, so it can stay. What's the word I want to find? Not frugal. No, I don't want to say frugal, but make sure it's soft. And have that
basically, I want to say erect, but uplifted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
You want to make sure it keeps and maintain. You want to make sure it's maintained. But if you don't have the products, and if you don't have the time to do that, women gonna be looking like rocks, man. Straight up stones. Goddamn hair effed up. Who's gonna be putting in the weave when you can't even do hand-to-hand contact? And most of these women don't know how to do hair. Most of these women don't know how to do their nails. They don't know how to maintain themselves. They be paying top dollar. These strippers pay top dollar. A lot of these women pay top dollar because what? Majority of their job is to shake ass and trick. They just have other women or men, take care of them in their beauty and nail salons and things of that nature. But when shit hits the fan, you on the raw. Everybody's gonna go back to their raw spirit, man.
Fucking boogeyman.
Yeah, a lot of women gonna be looking like the boogeyman out here, man. You got,
if you mind, I'm gonna read some more.
Yeah, second of 1550. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Kun. It says, I got Revelation 12 too.
Yeah.
You want me to read that real quick?
Yeah, read that.
All right, this is Revelation 12 and 14. And it says, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness and to her place where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent.
Yeah, and it says that we'll be nourished for a time and half of a time. And we receive nourishment from this federal government through federal aid, welfare. Welfare is government assistance. You have government assistance programs, which is SNAP. You have WIC. You have all these different, government instituted programs for women with multiple children, and women that actually need to depend on the government. But when the government can't assist, you have to depend on yourself. You have to depend on what you actually have to survive and the resources that you have to actually make do. And most people are not able to make do. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna drop dead. It's not like the government's just gonna step in. They can't. They're not able. The government is not as big as you think it is. Even though it's a sizey unit, they basically control the perimeter, so to speak. Just think of it like that. If it's a big ass crowd of people, they're gonna make sure that the perimeters are locked down to keep you in check.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when it's too many people that needs help, we see this thing now with the coronavirus, and it hasn't even got bad. So how much more when it gets extremely worse, when there's not food, and then the pestilence is still rummaging around,
Getting worse.
And then your hospitals and your workers, they're ill-equipped. I was listening to the news, and they were speaking about Africa. Africa's not that bad right now, currently, as far as the coronavirus goes. But they were speaking about when it really hits Africa done, man. They don't have beds, they don't have equipment, they don't have workers. They actually have, the proper equipment.
Iran is through right now for that very same reason.
Yeah. to take care of the citizens. So they're gonna make a lot of if you sick, all right, that shit gonna be like, all right, what can we do?
Right.
You sick, we all sick. You just gonna you're gonna beat the virus naturally through your immune system,
Miracle of God.
miracle of God, or you just gonna die because they don't have it, man. You guys,
Some more on the anarchy.
okay.
It says from the French anarchy, or directly from medieval Latin anarchai. Skip it down. It says lack of a leader. The state of people without a government. It says in Athens, used of the year of 30 tyrants, 404 BC, when there was no anchor is what they're trying to say. The abstract noun from
Yeah, and the anchor is what holds the ship down, man. You know, so the leaders and the people that preside over the people and that actually run the government, they're the ones that actually hold things down.
Yeah.
They make sure that things are intact, make sure that the system is in place. But when that's all over, what's gonna hold the world in place? Nothing, really. And a lot of people are gonna.
Shit.
Yeah, that's all.
No, that's all.
That's way off.
Speeding through that motherfucker.
And a lot of people are gonna depend on the National Guard, but you can't run to the National Guard. It tells you even in Amos how you run from a bear and a serpent bit you.
Yep.
Really, when you try to go to the government, what are they gonna say? Well, we got quarantine stations from it. And when you watch it, I forget the movie, but they had the quarantine stations, and then you had one guy that was fucking killing the people in the beds.
that was crazies.
That was the crazies. He had that big ass axe in his hand, because a lot of people are gonna be bugged out, man. He had that big ass axe, and
He
had that pitchfork.
yeah, the pitchfork.
But he had the disease too.
Yeah, he had a disease too. And like, where the hell did the pitchfork come from? Hey, but there's gonna be a lot of those type of crazy asses. Because what happens when there's lack of substance? There's lack of medical supplies. Lack of medical supplies. These medical stores or these pharmaceuticals control a lot of these psychopaths, these sociopaths, these people that have mental deficiencies, that have mental imbalances. They take hella drugs,
Yeah,
man.
they drug them.
They drug them to make sure that they actually have some type of equilibrium, so to speak.
Yep.
But when there's no more drugs, people are gonna go off their rocker, you know. And when it's gonna get to the point where really this man is diagnosed as insane. He's not. It's not even like he just went crazy. He been crazy, and it's a lot of them out here that just been crazy. They just needed, you know, to not get their supply for the week, not get their supply for the day, to just go ape shit, man. Yeah, and it's gonna be like things where it's like, yo, that's not even logical. You know, here it is. It might be, you know, curfews and things of that nature, things in place. They might just be out just shooting people.
Yeah.
And really, those individuals, like, you know, people that plead insanity and that's actually insane, they get less jail time, or they might get not locked up at all. They'll put them in certain, you know,
Medical hospital.
They'll put them in medical hospitals because they're technically diagnosed as insane, you know? And really, the government's job is to take care of those people because they're diagnosed as insane. But when the government is suspended, this person's not really doing wrong. He's actually he's literally mentally fucked up, you know? There is no right or wrong or conscious. Was he wrong for doing that or this and that? All that type of thinking is going to be out the window, man. It's some more on that?
Yeah, it just says the last part, the abstract noun from anarchos, which just means rulerless.
So it's going to be rulerless. There is going to be no ruler to guide you. You know, you're starting to get a lot of messages on coronavirus on the news and things of that nature, and they're giving you strategies to take care of yourself. But what happens when the internet is cut off? What happens when your TV and media is cut off? They're already speaking now about how it's extremely hard to even keep up Netflix and all these different streaming outlets.
Yep.
Because of the high influx of people that's flocking towards them.
That's right, bro.
And when and what's the reason why people are flocking towards them? Because all these events are shut off. So now everybody's weighing down another outlet that they're gonna eventually have to cut.
Yeah.
They just cut it by what, 25%? 25%.
Took the HD quality away on YouTube and Netflix.
And then there's more people. It's gonna be a lot more people because everything hasn't got suspended yet. It's still actually pretty simple.
All because roughly 75 million people are only 75 million people of the America's population are stuck to a 24-hour curfew. So everybody else, even here, you know, we can keep moving, we could go places. I mean, there's not a lot of places you can go, but you get what I'm saying.
Right.
But I mean, the idea, like, bro, another 3-4 weeks go by and more people go home. Like I did a lesson on this earlier. You're gonna start seeing more plumbing issues. Like
Oh,
it's
hell yeah.
it's a neighbor, it's a house down the street from me. That's when I noticed it, bro. It's about 10 cars in the yard, man. Like people are gathering together in large groups, but they're not thinking all the way through. A 4-bedroom house ain't meant to have 10 people using the plumbing all day and all night.
Nah.
So imagine that. Next thing you know, and then these idiot ass people out here gonna start flushing toilet paper down the toilet. That's gonna destroy these city sewage lines, man.
Oh, when you see all this tissue that's been consumed or bought by consumers, they gonna use all that goddamn tissue. Because people are stuck in the house, and what happens when you buy all this food? You eat a lot. Jake is doing nothing more in the house but smoking hella weed
Yeah.
and watching Netflix and shitting all day, man. You know,
Yeah,
that's
it
what
is.
happens. That's really
Literally, that's it, man.
I'm pretty sure if they actually looked up statistically, like how many, there's been a spike of people using the bathroom because of all this shit that's been going on.
Cause
man.
Jake got it. Cause when you look at our people in the grocery store, because of how Jake eat.
Yeah.
You look at him in the store. Jake ain't buying things that are healthy and you know whatever the case may be. Jake got a snack demon on him, man.
Yeah.
Jake got a bunch of chips and dip. I seen one guy's car early last week. The man had a tombstone frozen pizza, some pork rinds, and a 12-pack of orange sodas. And I was like, Jake ain't gonna make it, man.
Ready, man.
And that
He's
shit
not gonna make
ran
it.
right through him. Like you said, they fucking their toilets up, man.
Yeah. So it's done, man. Jake is OV for Jake, man. Some more on that or that?
That was it on that. That was
That
it.
second Ezra 15.
It's the second Ezra 15, and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Yeah, one people shall stand up to fight another with swords in their hand, race riots. It was a Jake on my jaw, like, man, hey, look, this Chinese hatred shit is gonna turn to race riots, man. You know, Jake is getting real, getting to like a real conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
It ain't we know it as truth, but that people call it quote unquote, you know, conspiracy theory. But Jake's starting to really get woken up, man. Like, I see this shit happening next. Jake wasn't paying attention to none of this shit before the coronavirus.
Hell no.
Now they starting to see how things are lining up. Cause with pestilence, it opens a can of worms of so many different scenarios. Like this is a layout, really. Pestilence is like one of the best plagues to open up so many prophecies to come to pass, man. It's like the centerpiece. You know, just like you were speaking about a tombstone pizza. I'm gonna use that for example. Like if you have pizza, you have the bread layer, and then you just stack everything on top of it. That's like the pestilence.
That's real.
The pestilence is the layout to stack all the items on top of it, and however you want to stack it. But we see all the things that come next. Race riots have to come next.
Have to.
Because now you're only only thinking about your race when things hit the fan. And amongst your race, you really don't even trust them. It's, like I said, it's either the group that you're amongst, that you already have shed blood or blood's been shed on your behalf, so you have a level of trustworthiness, the sacrifices that your leaders or your brethren in your so-called organization has put forth. So you have a level of bands, you gather as a band. Those are the only ones that you can trust. And they're gonna, and if it comes to the point of stealing, they're gonna prey on other nations. People are gonna start robbing the hell out of Asians, robbing the hell out of white, because it feels different when you take from somebody that's not your race.
Yeah.
White people robbing black people is not the same.
They don't feel guilty.
You don't feel as guilty because it's like shit. That ain't my people. Like, they the ones that you're gonna start.
You're gonna make excuses for it.
You're gonna make excuses. They the ones that caused it anyways. If they wasn't eating that bat and they wasn't eating that bullshit, then we would have been good. Now I gotta rob your ass because of your people.
It's a video on World Star where one of the senators supported Trump for saying that it's the Chinese virus, and he was like, "Well, it is, but if you watch the